LaTisha Scott recently shared something in her post. She basically said that people are not going to run her and her husband's story for them this season. She made it clear that in the past, people would go live on social media, say whatever they wanted, and then when it was time for filming, that became the storyline for the next couple of years. According to her, she is not doing that anymore. She is not going to let other people's lies or false interviews dictate her reality. On the show, she said people need to stand on their own, stop making up lies, and stop expecting her to go along with them. This was her saying loud and clear that she's over it, and she's not playing that game anymore. And let me tell you, viewers, this is where things start to get really good, so make sure you keep watching because this story has layers to it. After she posted that snippet, Marsau Scott jumped into the conversation. He left a comment under her post that caught a lot of people's attention. He said, "We are willing to take a joint lie detector test because we have nothing to hide." Now that was a bold statement, and it got everybody talking. With all the rumors that have been surrounding Marsau, especially the ones about him allegedly cheating, this comment felt like he was challenging everyone. He was basically saying, if you think I'm lying, let's take a test and prove it. And you know what? That made fans start tagging Carlos King, saying that he should set up a lie detector test for the reunion. Just imagine that tan actual lie detector moment on stage. Viewers, make sure you watch until the end, because this part right here could completely change how fans look at Marsau and LaTisha Scott. But let's pause for a second, because there's another part of this story that people can't stop talking about. Remember that Mercedes-Benz that LaTisha Scott was driving? Well, that car is nowhere to be seen. Instead, when she met up with Miss Nell recently, she showed up driving a Ford. Now, there's nothing wrong with driving a Ford, but a lot of people online noticed the switch and started asking questions. Where is the Mercedes-Benz? Was it leased? Did she return it? People started speculating, and when fans speculate, the rumors only grow bigger. Some people said it looked like LaTisha only had that Mercedes for appearances, while others defended her, saying maybe she just wanted to drive a simpler car that day. But the fact that people noticed shows you how much everything these cast members do gets picked apart. And trust me, this is just the beginning. Keep watching, because the way LaTisha responded on social media adds another twist to the story. Now, let's talk about what LaTisha reposted on Instagram. She shared a post that said she is like an open book. The post defended her by saying that LaTisha has shared her life struggles, her business struggles, her marital wounds, and even how she has coped with loss and tragedy. The post asked what more people want from her to prove that she's transparent. According to that post, LaTisha has been more transparent than most people give her credit for. And that was clearly her way of sending a message back to everyone who has been questioning her honesty. Viewers, do you see what's happening here? On one side, people are doubting her. But on the other side, she's pushing back and saying she has nothing to hide. Stick with me until the end of this video because we still need to talk about Arian and the message she sent on TikTok. And that part will leave you with even more questions. But before we get to Arian, I want to go back to Marsau for a second. Think about how bold it is for him to offer a lie detector test. Marsau has been at the center of rumors for a long time, and fans have been debating whether or not he has been faithful to LaTisha. When he said they're willing to do a joint lie detector test, he wasn't just defending himself, he was defending his marriage too. It's a big statement, because if he really does it, it could silence a lot of the gossip. But at the same time, if he refuses later or if something comes out, people are going to call him out for bluffing. That's why this storyline is so important, because it shows you how much pressure these cast members are under. And let's be honest, everyone wants to see what happens next. Let's move on to Arian because she definitely added her own spice to the situation. Arian reposted something on TikTok that had people raising their eyebrows. The post said, "Last year I was crying over a boy. Now I start nursing school next week. What a loser." And right away, fans started wondering, was she talking about Martell Holt? Was she calling him a loser? Was this her way of shading him? Because if it was, that says a lot about where things stand between her and Martell. For so long, their relationship has been the center of rumors, and people have always wanted to know if they're together or not. This post made it seem like there might be trouble in paradise. And viewers, you have to watch until the end, because the way this connects back to Martell is really something you don't want to miss. If you really think about it, all of these stories are connected. Rich wife is saying she won't let anyone run her story. Marsau is saying he has nothing to hide and is willing to take a lie detector test. LaTisha is defending her transparency and trying to show that she's being real with fans. And then Arian is out here shading Martell, making people wonder, what's really going on with them? Every single one of these cast members is fighting to control their image, to control their story, and to make sure that fans see them the way they want to be seen. And that is what makes this season so explosive, because not everybody can be right. And eventually, the truth always comes out. So viewers, what do you think? Do you believe Marsau Scott when he says he's willing to take a lie detector test? Do you think LaTisha Scott is really being transparent? Or is she hiding something? And what about Arian? Was that TikTok post really about Martell Holt? And if it was, does that mean their relationship is falling apart? There are so many questions, and that's why you have to keep watching until the very end, because the answers are going to come, and when they do, it's going to change everything. Now, when Marsau Scott jumped in and mentioned the lie detector test, fans were stunned. We know Marsau doesn't always address rumors directly, usually brushes things off or laughs them away, but this time he put it out there that he's willing to prove his innocence, a lie detector test. That's not a small thing. That's basically putting your marriage on the line for the public to see. And the fans ran with it. Some were saying, yes, finally, prove it once and for all. Others were skeptical, saying, well, even lie detectors can be wrong. But the point is, it got everyone talking. And if you know anything about reality TV, you know that keeping people talking is the whole game. That one comment from Marsau kept the conversation alive for days. And it made people wonder if the reunion will really deliver something big this time. Stay with me, because we're going to dive deeper into how this could affect LaTisha too. And you won't want to miss that part. And speaking of LaTisha Scott, fans could not stop talking about that car situation. It might seem small at first, but the details matter. People noticed that she wasn't driving her Mercedes-Benz anymore. And instead, she was in a Ford. That sparked all kinds of debates online. Some fans said, see, I told y'all, that car was just leased for show. Others defended her, saying, maybe she's just driving a different car. It's not that deep. But when you're in the spotlight, every little change gets magnified. And here's the thing on a show like this, appearances matter. A luxury car sends a message, and when it disappears, fans start connecting dots whether the cast likes it or not. This is why people started speculating about whether her financial situation is what it seems, or whether she just chose to downgrade for personal reasons. Either way, it became part of the conversation, and that's what makes it important. Don't go anywhere, because her Instagram repost takes this to another level, and you'll want to hear it. When LaTisha reposted that message about being transparent, it was like she was drawing a line in the sand. The post basically said that she has shared everything, her life drama, her business ups and downs, her struggles in marriage, and even her personal losses. That's not easy for anyone to do, but she has been doing it on camera for years. So for people to still call her not transparent probably feels unfair to her. By reposting that message, she was reminding fans that she's opened up way more than she gets credit for. But of course, not everyone agreed. Some fans said she only shows what she wants to show, and that there's still more she's hiding. That's the tough part about being in reality TV, no matter how much you share. There will always be people who think it's not enough. And that tension is what keeps viewers locked in every week, because people are always searching for the real truth. Make sure you watch until the end, because when we get to Arian's post, It ties everything back into Martell Holt, and the picture gets even bigger. Now, let's slow down and really think about Marsau and LaTisha together. Because their marriage has been at the center of speculation for a long time. When Marsau says they're willing to take a lie detector test, that's not just about him, it's about them as a couple. He's saying they have nothing to hide, and he's daring the world to test them. That takes confidence, but it also puts pressure on LaTisha. Imagine being in her shoes. If he takes a test and passes, it clears him and proves her loyalty in standing by him. But if